Welcome to the Wormhole, where keeping it real is expected. There are a couple million podcasts you could be tuned into, but you chose to take this journey with us, and for that, we thank you. Without further ado, the Wormhole with Tim and Troy.
Yo,
what up? Man, I just got through when you said you listen to that shit. I went ahead and listened to it again, nigga. I was in there cracking up, nigga.
Man, listen, man. It's people driving beside me on the interstate. I mean, the highway, bro. I know they was like, "What the fuck is this dude?" I got tears in my eyes, kind of pat my eyes and drive. I bet they like, "Man, what is this guy doing?"
I'm telling you, yeah, that shit had me in here howling, nigga. Recording. I said, "God damn!" I said, "Boy, I didn't realize how long ago that shit was."
Yeah, really. Hey, there's some shows, man. We really feel like we fell off, but it's a lot of podcasts don't make it past. I mean, but 30, shit, a lot of them don't get that far.
Right. Yeah, that shit was like 2 years ago, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. DJ, what up with it?
Man, I figured it out.
They ain't mad at your head. I have senior moments all the time.
Man, what? Dude, I see that shirt you're wearing.
Hell yeah. Gym Mouths, baby.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, man, y'all got some cold-ass merch, man. That's nice.
Man, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I like that.
So without further ado, everybody, this is DJ. DJ is actually my trainer 2 times over at the new job we at, and super cool motherfucker, bro. So we had a wrap up in the truck. Mind you, I'm not gonna say what company we work for because I don't want to associate myself with them. No, do they probably want to be associated with us? But it's a super small space and it's hot as fuck. It's like a little roller coaster inside. It's like dizzy as fuck. So DJ a cool ass guy, man. And okay, so Tim, this is DJ. DJ, this is Tim.
What's up, brother?
Hey, good to meet you, Tim.
Oh yeah, good to meet you, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let DJ tell everybody a little bit about himself. I don't really like bringing people in like, and this is DJ. Fuck that. DJ can tell you about his own fucking life. So DJ, holler at the people real quick, man.
All right, cool, man. I'm DJ Grissom, 28. Basically, even though like Troy said, we started working together, I like to think of just being a musician. I've always loved music. It's always been in my blood. Grew up, watched my dad's old band play, and it just stuck to me. So I've been playing music my whole life, listening to music my whole life. I'm not going to go in everything, but I've done some things. I've been playing shows over 10 years. Songwriter, wrote over probably 100 songs. Did a few albums in Nashville when I was 18 and 20. They're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that stuff. Had a band now for about 7.5 years called Gym Mobsters. Well, you say you're representing the shirt.
Yeah, I'm repping.
And man, we've been doing all kinds of stuff. I went on a solo tour last year to Portland, Oregon. Plan on taking the whole band up to Portland, Oregon next year. We got some out of town stuff. Got an album coming out August 16th. It'll be on streaming platforms. Got vinyl records, CDs coming out. That'll be at Enox August 16th, the record release party, and just trying to make some stuff happen.
I would definitely be at Enox, man. So speaking of Enox in Monroe, Louisiana is a cool bar, man. It's right off Louisville. I should get the exact address, but so DJ and his father, I call him Pop. They got a 2-man band. Pop's on the drums with the microphone. He kind of got the ad-libs a little bit, and DJ on the guitar. What do you call it? Is that an acoustic guitar?
Yeah. So aside from the Gym Mobsters, it's Gym Mobsters, me, my dad, and a bass player named Will Pipes. But I do acoustic stuff on the side with just me and my dad. So yeah, that was acoustic guitar the other night, just an acoustic show.
Yeah, that was some cool shit. So I say it was a patio environment. It may have been 50, 60 people out there, probably more, but it was a smooth ass environment, man. DJ and his Pops killed it. We was out there. I had 2-3 glasses of wine. The shit was awesome. Next time DJ anywhere in your area, man, catch him. We'll get some more dates out there before the show is over, but we want to get that shit out the way so we can go into some other shit.
Yeah, thank you. I was wanting to plug that, man, because that's
plug that shit anytime you want to.
Yeah, man.
So we'll plug again later, but right now, Tim, I think you'll find this kind of interesting. So me and DJ was in the truck on training, having some wrap up. You just never know. As you can see, I wish that people can see us. We couldn't be more different as far as public appearance. But we got in the truck and realized we both only children. And we got a lot of the same thoughts about a lot of the same shit. So it's 2 things I want to let DJ bring to the table, man, I think was very interesting. And whichever one you want to do first, I'm cool with it because I'm ready to get into it.
Get into the wormhole. Man, so I remember the first thing I told you that you're interested in. So there's a Russian writer that I found out about 2 years ago named Fyodor Dostoevsky. He was around the 1800s, and he ended up getting, back then, like, you can get in trouble and for over nothing, like you said. So I think he got into some like illegal propaganda, and, some people were scared, like probably Russian government, they want to control people. They don't want all these other people controlling everybody. So he ended up getting sentenced to death. Him and some other people were in a line with a firing squad. And so he's standing there really like knowing he's about to die, like knowing. So he spent 5 minutes standing there, and for 2 minutes, he thought about his life. The other 2 minutes, he looked around. And for the last minute, I think he stared off somewhere the sun was shining. And then right at the last minute before it was about to happen, somebody came up and called it off. And like one person went insane from that, because that can psychologically probably mess you up knowing you're about to.
Yep.
And so he was a writer before this happened. But the novels he wrote and the short stories he wrote after that experience, they say is some of the best literary work ever. But I'm thinking, like, man, going through that, you probably do look at life different, because after that, he said, I'm not going to waste another day. I'm not going to waste another minute. I'm not going to waste another second. And so he could tap into say there's like a serious scenario, a serious situation. He could tap into that situation and get so deep and psychologically into it and explain it in a way that other people probably couldn't explain unless you've been through a serious experience like he went through, That was probably just a lot. And one of the most popular books is Crime and Punishment by him. It was basically about this guy killing a woman that he thought society would be better without her in it. And so he thought, I'd be a hero, to get rid of this woman. Well, after he did it, he started feeling that guilt. He's a human being. Yeah. And so he didn't get the satisfaction like he thought he would get. And so it showed him I guess his thoughts and how it affected him. And it just went in detail, really, really precise in the book in a way. And then he ended up turning himself in and going to jail. And in jail, he goes through this kind of mental breakdown. And in that part of the book, I haven't really dived into it, but people say that is one of the most intense readings they've ever experienced, because he can just get so deep into the psychological point. But that's just one of them. There's Crime and Punishment, Notes from the Underground, The Idiot, and they say the masterpiece was Brothers Karamazov. I haven't read those. I just ordered them, actually. I'm going to tap into that.
So the guy that was in the front of the firing squad, he wrote these books after this event or before?
The ones I'm mentioning, he wrote after, but he did write things before, but they don't even touch on what he wrote after that experience.
And the things that he wrote afterwards is fiction, just things that came to his head.
Yeah, I believe there was a short story he wrote right after that probably had some experiences thrown in there that he went through, but I think these other novels were just fiction. But they're like really deep subjects, and he could just explain it well. I guess his outlook on life, he just appreciated every second of life after that. So the things he wrote were so beyond just the monotony of life.
Yeah. And we were talking about the monotony of life a lot, man. People, going through life, and you have to kind of make yourself feel like everything's okay. But the majority of people feel like shit every day. That's the truth.
But it makes sense for him to make more, spectacular books after that, because life, or like anything that they say, you don't appreciate it till it's gone or it's about to leave.
Absolutely.
So he started appreciating the shit out of life because he was about to leave. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that will change. That'll change a lot of shit. Because I tell you what, you'll treat your woman different if she's about to leave. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to do it all different.
You're going to do it all different. Or when she leaves, you're going to start thinking about, I should have did this, I should have did that. Yeah. So hell yeah, you're going to make some good shit. Anybody would. Shit, they just like, hell, that's your goddamn job. Hell, you talk more shit about that job, but when they call you in that office and that ain't your time to get fired, you appreciate the shit out of it.
You goddamn right.
When that back's against the wall, you start making some decisions.
Hell yeah.
Right. You start weighing options.
Yeah, you're like, this shit ain't that bad after all.
Yeah.
But I'm a flip side guy, not really just like trying to be one, but like we was talking about in the truck. It's awesome that people have spectacular outlooks on life. And I know he went through some shit that couldn't possibly go through again, because I don't even know if they do fire squads anymore still. But he did have a revelation in life. But it's kind of dangerous taking people's a person's motivation and applying it directly to your life, because the shit that he went through, all three of us got some different shit going on. So I guess you could use it for motivation, but I think sometimes taking people's readings and writings and shit and just applying them, it don't work. What do I want to say? I don't want to say it won't work for everybody, because you can't pick and choose little things out of it. But I think a lot of people take stuff like that, people online and all this kind of shit, which he's totally different than being online, But I think people try to actually map their lives out, and we're so the same in life, but we're actually a lot different when it comes to our circumstances and way of thinking and way of actually getting from point A to point Z. So I think that he could probably overconfident the wrong person if the wrong person doesn't know how to handle.
I think that people is just like stories in the Bible. You take it like a fable. You don't fashion, you just get something out of it.
But who are these people that we all discuss that you cannot stand? People that take that Bible and I don't think it's for everybody.
No, I mean, because every story, it don't pertain to everybody. Because it's just like the 10 Commandments. Them 10 Commandments is 10 of them, but all 10 of them don't apply to everybody because everybody don't do all. You know what I'm saying? So it just, you take the one that you do and be like, oh, I ain't supposed to do that, but I never did that other shit.
Man, it's wild, man, because we're all human, but, you know, it's like, Troy, you're saying about how things you want to do for the community, because you're kind of like, man, I want to talk to people that they're going to listen to me, because some people aren't going to listen to anybody. It's like, oh, I'm not going to listen to them because they don't know nothing about me, my life. I can't relate to them, so I'm not going to listen to them. You know, so but you're saying like you would like to, you know, just like maybe an upcoming generation, like you feel like you could get across like a point of maybe like making like a better change for people coming up. You know, people that listen. I
would hope so, but I have very little faith. Oh, ye little faith in that.
But
I would really love that it would happen.
Coming to talk to people like that, they might not be because of what you did, but you got to come off kind of relatable. You know what I'm saying? They just like when you go to talk to these motherfuckers who be trying to, the self-help people, they like to talk to people and charge you to motivate you. Yeah, it's one of them kind of things, man. You know, you just got to be relatable. But people will know those who need it will get it, but those who don't.
I just think it's dangerous, man, because there's so many of those religious people that come around and we like, oh, here they fucking go. It's that hundreds of thousands of them.
I know, but we see that because we took every little lesson we got from seeing how wrong they was to be like, we know better.
Few and far between. It's so many more of those people than it is people like me and DJ was talking about. Not believing is hard societal. Because then you kind of an outcast. You walk into a family reunion and holler about everybody, something. You might not even throw your shit out there for somebody might run it by you and you might say, I really don't believe. You may or may not be still allowed at the family reunion.
You got a point.
You may or may not get exiled like a fucking bird that's been touched by a human and they get through out the nest. It's possible.
It's very possible.
I feel like that goes with religion or politics. It's like if you talk about them things,
both.
Man, people will get. It can change a lot about like, man, like say like we're all cool, but if like say we have different opinions, some people can't handle having a different belief or opinion than you and being okay with you after. But it's kind of like, dude, like just be open to talk about anything, you know, question things. Like it's all cool. It's like you got to be open about it, man, because
because everybody, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, everybody has a point.
Yeah,
you know, it's a point. Everybody has a point, and I'm okay. I see your point. I just disagree, but you got a point. I see that, you know. So everybody has a point. It's just that people want their point to be the best point. You know, you can't be like that.
Wants to win.
Man, you want to win. Yeah.
Nothing's ever going to be settled by that because no matter what, there's going to be people out there, no matter how right you think you are or how much you are about something, somebody's going to disagree. And if you're trying to make your point the point, there's always going to be controversy. Yeah. With everything. I mean,
everything is so vague. Like nobody can prove any one thing. Like you might can give a fact or a statistic, but it don't matter because you can come talk about the Bible to me and all that shit. But at the end of the day, that's not what I lead my life by. So that's very important to you, but it's not going to be that important to me. So the points you're making are going to be okay, but they're not going to really hit home with me. And what I was going to say as well, I think a lot of time people don't take religion and politics, even their sports teams. People don't take that shit for what it is, a piece of your life. People wear that shit on their shoulder. They wear that shit as a badge, as a flag. Like, so when you don't agree with a Democrat or a Republican, or you say Donald Trump, or you say Jesus ain't real, you just insulted that person's person. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, it's everything they stand on, and it's like you just like they don't know how to react to it. It's kind of like, you know, I notice if you bring up a subject and somebody's uncomfortable with it, they'll automatically get defensive.
Defensive, yes.
Right, and they start getting uncomfortable, and a lot of people. it's really easy to make people uncomfortable when you start talking about anything remotely a little out there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and out there is just maybe the opposite of what they think, because you got red and blue in politics. You got red and blue in the streets. You got Jesus and the devil. I would say they was red and blue too, maybe, but red and white, I don't know, fucking know. But I mean, it's just whenever you on one side or the other, or just not even with that person, you can kind of be neutral. Maybe neutral to get you out the door, but you cannot be the opposite.
It pisses people off though.
It pisses people off, but they will.
When you're neutral, it pisses people off. They'll call you smug. Yeah, it's something about them I don't like, because you ain't picking a side. You just agreeing with everybody. They don't like this.
They
shit.
won't hate you though, but they will not hate you. They'll let you out. You kind of like, you going through. The lions letting the fucking certain animals through, but it's time. You better go through right now. Go through right now.
Yeah, because we don't want you around here, really. So
because if you come through later, we're gonna eat your fucking ass. But you better go through right now.
But I never understood people like that. I was watching TV and I fucked around and got to watching one of them reality shows and shit. And that's what it's all about. Pick a side. They want people picking sides and shit.
You have to right then.
I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
That's why I feel like I'm not in anything. So I'm kind of like, I see, and it's weird because if you step back from everything, like you just watch and listen, it's kind of like, I don't want to be a part of this or that. I don't want to be a part of none of this.
It's all too much.
And then when you stop putting yourself in all these things and because man, you bring so much peace in your life when you don't feel that stuff up in your head and, be against people and then have believe this or that. It's like, dude, you can have a peaceful life if you just stay out of that. But I got a picture up here on the wall. It says, whoever controls the media controls the mind.
Yeah.
It's so true. Because, it's
very true.
And they want to control you. I feel like the people in charge of the world, they want to see everybody against each other and all the chaos.
But you know what, DJ? I understand that. And I do agree with you. But I think that people want to be controlled. If everybody said, I'm dropping control, I think people are panicked. People need some shit to do. They need to follow something. They need something.
Dude, you're right about that.
Everybody done forgot the old saying, be in the world, don't be of it. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's the way the world is don't mean you got to be that way. You just live here.
Yeah, and that goes back to wearing that shit on as a flag. You can be in the church. You can be in politics, you can be in Bloods and Crips, but don't be of it. But the thing about that shit, all of those things have a one side of the rainbow and another side. You be a Crip, you can't help your blood cousin. If you're a Democrat hardcore, you come in there and a Republican is your fucking auntie, y'all might not fuck with each other.
Yep.
And it's gonna be worse around vote time.
Mm-hmm. And Christmas is canceled.
Christmas is canceled, and some people can't even be in the same household as a Red Sox and Yankees fan. They can't do it.
Hey, that's serious right there, man.
Why is it that you can't coexist with a human being over a fucking sports team?
Dude, it blows my mind. That's what I'm saying. I see people that get riled up by all these things, and I just look at it and I'm just like, man, if you just let go of that thing you're attaching yourself to and letting it affect you, you would bring so much. Oh, my video. Oh, there it goes. My video went off. My bad. If you were to let go of that and stop standing on this, not platform, this, whatever you want to call it, it would take so much weight off of you, and it would bring so much peace in you. But it's just, I see things that people get upset about, and, they'll worry themselves up and they'll bring so much anxiety on themselves over things they worry about. Them kind of like 3 words. It don't matter.
There you go, brother. There you go. It don't matter. And it's like, dude, if you get that in your head, you have a much easier life, I think. You will. And it's just really just mind your business. And
mind your business.
Just mind your business. If you mind your business, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Dude, I'm telling you, people can't do
that's crazy.
Not everybody, but a lot of people, they can't, man. They got to be in something. Troy, earlier you said something about you think people want to be controlled. When you said that, I totally get that, man, because like you said, it keeps them grounded. Because if they didn't have anything that they can attach themselves to, they just, like you said, they're going to be freaking out. They're just floating in the air. It's kind of like, I don't even know who I am anymore.
Yeah. What's the problem? Tim. So we went to Bastrop, my hometown, and heard my uncle preach. And Tim, how many churches was in a span? Give them the amount of churches and the amount of feet. I'm going to say feet, which is crazy, but how many feet or yards, whichever one you want to go with, was the amount of churches in the vicinity of each other?
Man, I'll say from stop sign to stop sign by 5 churches, man. And we ain't talking about. I'm talking about in these blocks. You can do a wind sprint from stop sign to stop sign. It was
so
that
let me
many
ask you
churches.
a question. Do you think you can visit all 3 of those churches in one session, all 5 in one session, because within a close proximity?
So just do them all on one Sunday?
Like if it was if service was going on from 10:30 to 12, do you think you can go get at least 15 minutes out all of them walking?
Yes.
That's ludicrous to me. Why is it that something that has one thing, one common goal, just one common goal is supposed to be have 5 places to gather to convey that message with 5 different leaders, 5 different congregations, not even a quarter mile, not even a 0.25 of a mile.
Yeah.
You can literally go to each one of them churches within the amount of time that one church service is over. You can visit all 5 of them while on your feet. You can go to
all 5 of them on your feet.
If that's not human shit, I don't know what is, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. But when I saw that shit, I was like, why they just don't get one church?
Why they don't just come together? Because everybody want to be the preacher. Everybody want to be the head of the church.
Yeah.
Every follower, it's a follower in there that if they combine, it's another follower that'll be a bigger follower than them. Like they're already close to top. So everybody got their own fucking little shit.
But you know what? Even if they was in one big church, it would still be 5 different churches in that one.
It'll be
church.
division. It'll be so much. It'll be so much drama in church.
Yep. It'll be 5 different churches under one roof.
I think it's disgusting. That's what turned me off.
Hey man, they say if you can't beat us, cheat us. Shit, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Man, so what we gonna do real quick, guys? I don't mean to cut you off, but I have a few songs here, and you can actually talk over them too, DJ. So I want you to kind of tell everybody what the name of the song is, and let the song play a little bit, but kind of give us a little, what was the inspiration and all that. So,
well, let me see what you got to play. I'm not even sure what you recorded.
Oh, you'll know when you hear it.
Let's see.
It'll come all back to you like a bicycle. Here we go. Might have been one of my favorites right here.
Oh man, okay. So actually, I didn't write that one, but I've always loved it, man. That's a song called "Here at Starlight" by Lucero. It's on an album called Tennessee. And it's weird because even if I cover a song, I try to make it my own. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not trying to like fake it. Like I'm just going through the motion of playing this cover to like the song. No, I'm putting myself in that song. I'm feeling that song 100%. And I love that song right there, man, because I feel like it's so powerful. The words, the music, it just makes me feel something like bigger than myself.
Let's get a little bit of it. Pops on the drum.
Oh yeah, he's getting it, dude.
All right, so that's that one. And
I'm glad you like that one.
Oh yeah, let's run one back real quick. Hold on. I think this was one of the originals.
Yes. So that's actually going to be on the upcoming album. The album we're coming out with in August. It's going to be the full band. Like we just did acoustic for that, but I got electric guitars, bass, drums. I do some solos. And that song's called "Between the Lines." That's what the album's called.
Okay, so this is the what do you call that song that represents the album name?
Between the Lines.
Like, what do you call that actual song? The song that actually is the album name. What do you call that song? It's something you call it. I don't know. Who cares? All right, here we go.
I guess you'd call it the title track.
Title track. Sound good.
I wrote that song back when I was about 19, man. About 10 years ago. And It's basically about, in life, you got a lot going on, you just got to stay between the lines all the way through your journey. Because, you don't want to go all the way off the road, whether it's left or right. You got to stay in between the lines.
I like that shit.
Yeah, it's nice.
Stay between the lines.
You got to stay between the lines and ride. Yeah, and it's weird. I didn't even like that song for a long time. And my dad, bass player Will, they were like, dude, that's a good song. You got to do it. And I was just like, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? We do this album. I'm going to do that one just because I know they like it. And then I ended up liking it after we did it. So I'm like, man, I'm glad y'all pushed me on that.
That's the wonderful part about music. You wrote that song a decade ago. And it's dropping on your album right now.
Dude, that's weird to think about.
You
really.
are a whole new, 10 years later, you're not just a whole new person. You're in a different stage of life.
I think that's why all those songs I wrote at that time in my life, even like there's an album called Scars I did in Nashville when I was 20. I'm very proud of that album. And it's still out there and, people still play it. But I play a few songs on there, but it's hard for me to want to play a lot of it because I'm like, dude, it's like, I knew who I was then and I remember who I was, but it's just kind of like you said, life's just so different in 10 years.
Life different.
So different. And it's just weird going back to that and being like, dude, I wrote that. It's like, I knew how I was feeling then and I may still be feeling that now, but it may be different. Mm-hmm. But I may still have the same feelings as when I wrote it. But, things change, man. You want to maybe progress or do something new. And I feel like I've progressed since 10 years ago, and maybe I'm trying to focus on something fresh and new. But there is some new stuff on the album. Like that song right there was written 10 years ago, but there's other songs that I wrote on there that were written last year. So there's some fresh stuff coming out. And we're about to do a single called Sylvia. And I just wrote that a few months ago. And so there's fresh stuff coming out.
All right. So just give us the official platforms you can get the album on and kind of give us a little insight, websites, everything.
So there's a website, GemMobsters.com. Got our whole website up there. Got everything you need to know about us, everything that you want to see. Got all of our upcoming shows, pictures, videos. We're trying to set up to where we can sell merch on there. Haven't set that up yet. And there's even DJ Grissom. There's a banner up there. You can click on that and see my solo stuff, what's going on with that. Actually, I just recorded, I got it right here. Dean playing this. I just recorded this. Let me see if that light. Weird.
Yeah, it's good.
It's called Looney Bin. It's 20 of my home recordings I've done in the last 2 years. It's 20 songs. And like I said, it's just, I'm calling it a demo because I recorded at home. It's not professional quality, but the older I've gotten, I'm kind of you know what? I'd rather hear something low quality that's real than something high tuned polished that's just it's kind of there's a million songs that sounds like that. Yeah, it's perfect, but man, I want something raw. I want something real. And I think maybe everybody's always felt like this, but with where I'm at in life right now, I feel like people just want to see something real.
Yeah. There's so much fake shit out there. It's so easy to get faked out. And everybody, me and Tim always talk about, not only people aren't getting food anymore because everybody knows that everybody's faking each other out. Everybody's faking. Yeah. So when some real shit come along, it's like nostalgia. They love it so much. But once again, though, that was gin mobsters, like a pint of gin, GIN mobsters.com, ginmobsters.com.
Yeah, that's right. And then, like I said, with the album, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms. And then we're going to have physical vinyl records and CDs that we'll be selling at shows.
Shit, y'all might well going to do some cassettes and some 8-tracks too.
Look, don't tell me a new idea because we're on it, man. We're trying to make something happen with this, trying to do all we can, man. We play live shows all the time, and we built a pretty good following around Monroe, but we're trying to get further out there, man. Like I said, we got some out of Mississippi, Alabama, got some out of town stuff booked, and then I'm wanting to go back to Portland, Oregon next year, and just all in between and record. Right, that's every day. When I get home, man, I grab the guitar, notebook, pen. I like to create every day. I don't want to waste a day because I'm man, if you want something to happen, man, it's the thing. If you want to do what you love to do, you got to work 10 times harder. It seems than
and that's the problem.
It is because I saw a thing where it's kind of you can have an 8-hour a day job that you don't like, or you can have the 16-hour a day job you love. And And I'm like, man, I feel like that's kind of true because you always got to be hustling. So like when you love it, but you love it, you put out and you put everything you have into it. And it's rewarding, but you do get tired with doing what you love.
But we was talking in the truck, man, like, you know, the monotony of a job that's secure will keep you from doing what you love because what you really love is living well. That's what you really, really love in life.
Comfortable with it.
Your other love is love, but you really just love coming in, clicking the lights on, that fucking air conditioner come on. You love that shit.
Oh, yeah, you ain't lying.
You really love.
Especially right now. It really is nice, you know. I mean, just enjoying the small things like that. You're right. We do love it. But sometimes, like, after the repetition of that for so long, it's kind of like you get, I don't know if you know what I mean, or like you get this feeling, it's kind of like, all right, like a month or two of this same routine, like wake up, work, eat, shower, sleep, boom, again.
That's it.
And it's kind of like after a while, I'm kind of like, all right, man, something's got to happen. And it could be, you know, whatever it is. Like my thing is music. It just puts me further into like trying to do something with that, trying to break out of that. Just, I mean, there's got to be more than this feeling.
Yeah. But since we're on the subject, man, let's go ahead and run another one real quick.
Oh, yeah. Man, I wish I wrote this song. Goddamn Lonely Love by Drive-By Truckers. But Jason Isbell, singer Drive-By Truckers at that time. But there was like multiple singers, Harrison, Good, Mike Cooley. But this is the first song I ever heard by them. I was 10 years old, man. I was going down the road in Rabel. My dad and I were heading home, and this song came on. We never heard Drive-By Truckers before. This song came on, and we were like, we're fans, and I'm still fans of life. It's just one of those songs I feel too.
Yeah, just one of them songs that stuck with you.
Yeah, like, yeah, I remember when I first heard it, man, like, shoot, 15 years old, man, that song's been with me ever since.
Yeah.
That's somebody I like a lot right now, Jason Isbell. He's one of the best songwriters, I think, ever.
Let's jump to another one real quick. I got one more for it.
I'm curious. Oh, man. Tom Petty. Yeah.
I like this one.
You Got Lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that song before.
And I started playing that one a few years ago, and ever since I started that one, it just, like, man, I'm really into minor sounding chords and songs. Like, I feel like sad songs make me feel good.
Yeah, we was talking about that too, how people are afraid of sadness.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like all the elements of feelings. Like, I like to feel like really, really sad. When I get really sad, if I have time, I get away from people so I can do it myself. Because I know sadness can bring other people down. Some people leave out the house with affirmations in the morning and shit. They boost themselves up before they leave and like look in the mirror and shit. But I don't mind feeling down as fuck, down to the ground.
Yeah, like scraping the bottom, gravity's gone, and you're just floating.
Yeah, just give me some algae, whatever.
And, speaking of sad music, I got to say this name because when I say I'm obsessed with this guy, I've been obsessed with this guy about 3 or 4 years to where I listen to him 6 hours a day on the mail route for, I know, at least 2 years every day. Elliott Smith. He was actually one of the reasons I looked into going to Portland. He was a musician from the 90s. He died in the early 2000s. But a lot of people say, like, man, his stuff's just so sad I can't listen to it. But it's weird because I get the opposite from it. His music makes me like just feel like so comfortable in my skin. And like I think his music is beautiful. It's like I find beauty in the sadness of his music. I'll just send you some stuff of him.
Because once again, it's real. Like,
it's so
you can
real.
Get on there, you can K-pop all you want, but it takes a person to really get on there and talk about real shit. I'm talking about, people gonna put this shit in their CD player, they gonna play it in their AirPods, they gonna listen to your sadness, but you putting it on wax. I think when I hear shit like that, that's what you're a musician for. You're not a preacher for show. You're a preacher to get up there and tell me you used to be a fucking slut bucket crackhead and you came through it. Now I done saved this whole neighborhood. That's what I want to hear when I go to church. I want you talking. I want you to be out of breath. I don't want that shit to even be rehearsed. I want that shit to be so heartfelt with you crying and you have to say, I'm so sorry, Congress. Give me a second. I'm gonna come right back to you. I want it to be that kind of real. And I might leave that with something.
Man, look, I said this to you the other day too, man. Like people that are listening and watching you, they'll know if you're being real or faking.
Oh, absolutely.
People know, the audience knows, man. And that's why it's weird because I know with music, like people are like, you got to entertain the crowd. I just feel like I'm not one of them people that's just going to be up there singing a hit song that everybody knows and just being like, yeah, like, dude, if I did that, I wouldn't even be able to sleep that night. I'm like, dude, that's not me. Like,
but there's people in the world for that, though. We have entertainers.
Oh, you're right. There's so many people that do it, and people love it, man. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. People love it, but I just know that's not something that I feel like when I'm later in life and think about what I did. I don't know if that's something I would. I feel like it'd be wasting my personal time, me. But some people, man, look, it's fun. People have so much fun doing that. Mm-hmm. I just feel like I'm not that kind of musician, man. I just want to like write. I want to play everything I write everything I can. And if I do a cover, I want to like make it feel original.
Mm-hmm. So let's pivot. We were talking about something else in the truck that day too.
What's that?
Tim, I want to hear your take on this. The monkey evolution.
Oh, dude, I got you. The Stone Ape theory.
The Stone Ape theory. That's it. You ever heard that, Tim?
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
All right. So apparently it was like around like 100,000 years ago. I mean, long time.
Crazy shit.
Apparently there's this theory, man. Terrence McKenna, that's the guy's name, who came up with this. He said, let me see what the book's called. Food of the Gods. It came out in like the 90s. But anyway, it's basically about like thinking that monkeys or, basically like, I guess monkeys ate psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms, and like it advanced, or even like cavemen. Like I'm not really sure. But basically like just say a Neanderthal or monkey or cavemen, like, but the magic mushrooms basically like advanced them and developed their brain like by far. Like it just like made it to where like more educated, or basically like to the point where we're at now. Like magic mushrooms could have like really like set off something. And like I wonder, if they didn't do that, where would we be at? But I'm wondering if it's even true. But it's a cool thing to think about because there are benefits to magic mushrooms. I mean, it's like mentally, physically, there's benefits to it. And it's natural. That's what I love about it.
Is it a real mushroom?
Yeah, psilocybin mushrooms. Yeah.
Say it slower. What is it?
Psilocybin. It starts with a P.
Okay.
That pisses me off, too. Why the fuck do they do that? Why do they make Anyway, go ahead. That's dumb.
I don't know.
So they saying that these apes or Neanderthals ate these mushrooms and that's what advanced man?
It's a theory. And it don't sound all too crazy, does it?
I mean, yeah, it does, because if it's a real mushroom and if it can advance you that far, why we not advanced any further than where we are now? We've been like this for the last 100 years.
I think that the advanced word, how sometimes you can stick a word in a sentence and it's too much weight. I think it's not about it advanced. I think what he's saying is the guy who wrote the book, the monkeys ate the mushrooms, or the caveman, whoever did, ate the mushrooms. It didn't advance them 100 years like to start talking like us. What it did was open their mind. Like when humans take mushrooms, they say it take you to somewhere else. Like you might not even be a musician, but you take that mushroom, you might open up some shit that you never opened up before. I think what he was writing about was the monkeys and the cavemen found these mushrooms and it opened their brain to kind of get to where we are today.
Yeah, because
to kind of associate that.
Like, think about everything we have now, like all the things that people create, as far as like whether it's technology or building stuff or all these big cities, or I guess if people had ideas of like, oh, we could do this, we do this. Maybe that set off like you said, like just open up your mind to all these new ideas. And I feel like there's things that are still slowly advancing. There's things you hear about all the time, like AI, which I don't know how I feel about that, because like I could see that taking over and screwing the humans, but I really don't know. But there's things still coming out, but maybe just being like where we're at right now was the, I guess, advancement. But we definitely have advanced since then. I mean, like I said, it's like the mushrooms you can get are like cow patties. out in the field. Like,
right, but that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
we should be, if it's got us to this far, then now we should know how to cultivate them to make them stronger to get us further. That's what I'm saying. Because like for the last 100 years, much has not changed as far as technology and things like that. Cars still run on gas. You know what I'm saying? They're not flying. They still run on gas. We still electricity. They're still using coal.
I don't even know what would y'all think would be like something that'd be a good advancement? Because I feel like if there's too many things going on, like to me, I think the world's too fast paced right now. That's why everybody's attention spans is horrible. And I feel there's just so much out there on like social media or social media itself. It's like you're just like video. It's like you don't have time to even think about what's going on in front of you in like real life. And good example. People used to come out with albums. Most people come out with singles now. People don't have the attention span to sit there through a whole album. Some people do. Don't get me wrong. But I can see a lot of people now like listen to half of a song and then they're like on to the next thing. I wish the world would slow down a little. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
Well, it's definitely a lot of shit going on right now, but that ain't gonna go backwards. That's over with.
Oh, like, I know. It's not going back.
Yeah, once the box open up, that shit over with. I hate it. You know, I like a lot of shit about how fast the world is, but I hate a lot of shit about it too. But I want to go back to the monkeys and all that shit. I want to go back to saying, like, I understand, like, the writing, and he said that the monkeys might have, which I think could have possibly happened. Those monkeys ate that shit. Somebody ate that shit. But all I'm ever saying about, like, Jesus and all that shit, if it was all this magical shit happening, why did it just stop? Like, if Jesus walked this earth and he was turning fucking water to wine and Moses was splitting the sea and all that shit, like, what happened to everybody? Like, is it just, like, 80s, 90s music is just gone? Why ain't nobody still doing nothing?
There's so many.
I need to see, why is it not a gigantic miracle? I want to see some shit right in front of everybody's face.
You want to see it right now?
Right now, I want somebody to come out there, bitch, and be like, you know what? All right, everybody, boom. And just some shit that you know ain't made up. You be like, okay, you did that shit, cuz.
That's real.
Yeah.
Man.
Why not? Where did everybody go?
Oh, dude. They closed the curtain. They never opened it back.
Hey, you're right though, Troy. Ain't nobody part of the seeing nothing.
Don't nobody want the fame no more. Don't nobody want to just do something.
Nobody does.
Damn.
He said, "Ain't nothing came out the sky. Nothing.
Nothing spectacular."
I remember sitting there. It was like three of us, and I was just sitting there, man. This was a few years ago. One guy just looked over towards the sky, and he was like, "Man, I hope when I drive home tonight that I just see a UFO through the sky. Just something, man." He's like, "I just want to see something."
Oh, and, God damn!
It's like, please, just let me see something besides just.
Yeah, hey man, but I tell you what, man, people be like that, but when you see that shit, it's gonna fucking blow your mind.
It's gonna blow your mind.
It's gonna blow your mind. You might struggle with that shit for a minute.
You're right.
Yeah, that shit's gonna blow your fucking mind.
This one of them jobs that you can't never figure out how you apply for it. But if Jesus would make me his PR guy, if he would just be like, Troy, I want you to run my shit, I would tell him, go ahead, step out and be like, I'm out here, and make it to where the whole world see him at one time, even if you're in Tokyo in his night of Croatia. If you're in Monroe or wherever you at, or Ruston, the world can just see you at one time. You make it light all at once and just be like, I'm here still. Boom. You know how the church gonna go crazy?
Man.
Everybody gonna convert back to being a believer. I might go back. If he come on out.
Go crazy.
Stop hiding and come on out. Show everybody. Everybody get back on the train. People really on the fence. They really still want to be in church with all the people in our generation that jumped off and they just out there being stupid, but they just this close. If they see something like that, they'll jump back on. Tired to be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy out here.
It don't
Lord.
it don't take much to influence or what makes somebody change like something thought like that.
But think about it, if he came down and just be like, boom, some shit that ain't on, it's not Facebook, it's not made up, like it's just, it's just natural. He done floated all the trees in the air out the roots and replanted them, and he done did some craziness. You'd be like, yeah, I'm back, Jesus, I am back.
Man, look, I imagine what people's faces look like, dude. There'd be people frozen in shock.
Yeah. There'll be some dumbasses. There's gonna be some dumbasses out there. There's gonna be some internet conspiracy theorists. They're gonna be stupid still.
Yeah.
Dude, there's always gonna be conspiracy theories, and you can get lost in that.
Yeah, you can, because you can listen to so many of them till the shit start kind of making sense to you. You be like, they got a point.
Yeah. And if you listen to enough and like the hundreds of them, and then they all make sense to you, you're just sitting there like, that's why I feel like, that's why I believe those 3 words I said earlier, it don't matter. Because it's kind of like, dude, after you hear some conspiracy theories, it's kind of like, dude, what's even real?
Yeah.
Well, it makes you wonder, where do they have all this evidence? Conspiracy theories will evidence the hell out of you. They got books, they got videos. Like, where did you get this? How did you know this shit happened? Yeah. They be prepared now.
They do. They do. You have a hell of a time trying to talk them down.
You can't. Because once again, a conspiracy theorist is worse than a left winger. Like, they serious about what they believe in.
Dude, Alex Jones, that dude's crazy. You know him? He's like one of those conspiracy theory, whatever. That dude's insane.
What did he talk about?
Dude, he will go off on like most.
He's a guy that said Sandy Hook didn't happen.
What's Sandy Hook?
When the dude went to the elementary school and shot all them little kids.
So what did he say? What is he saying? It was a demo. Or something?
he said it didn't happen. Like it was they were paid actors and shit like that. Yeah, say them, and he called himself got
What's
proof.
What's his basis for saying that?
Man, I don't even know. I just saw some of the clips. I was like, he said it didn't happen. Like that, I can't rock with you on that one, bro.
Well, the first thing I think about when I hear something like that, he has an influence from somewhere. Like the cops somebody wants to make this seem fake. So I wonder who's influencing him to say it didn't happen. Because he's stupid. He believes it. He knows it.
He does. He's one of the people that's always like looking at reports, and he's actually going out. Like, I'll tell you one that he actually got a video camera. Try to go to this place that you're not allowed to go unless you're invited. There's a video of it. I think he like got kicked out or told to like turn the camera off or like leave. But it's called Bohemian Grove in California in the Redwoods. Apparently these like famous people, like say like it's presidents or like whoever, not just presidents, like just a lot of big leaders of the world. Like they come to this place.
It's the top 1%.
Yeah, it's like they have these
Jekyll Island.
Yeah, they go to these secret gatherings out in these woods in California, and they there's like a big fake owl they burn, and I don't really know what goes on, but people want to go in there and do, what are they doing in there?
A big fake what?
Weird stuff. A big fake owl, like an owl.
Oh.
And like they like burn it, and like they just, I've heard like they'll be running out there naked in the woods, and it's like he just want to go out there and see what's going on. And he didn't make it, but there's probably people around watching, don't let people in. It is a weird thing to think about though. It's like, dude, what are they doing in there?
Damn, remember we talked about that shit? When you get that high, once you climb that ladder and you get to that point and you get invited, you in. Like, there's no questions asked.
Dude, and once you're in there, you ain't getting out unless you're out.
Getting out.
Unless you're completely out.
Yeah, because you know too much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't feel like I want to get there.
Once you've seen the president of the United States run around naked on shrooms, he done had orgies with men and women, you can never leave.
No, dude. You're done. You're done for.
Yeah, you can't leave no more. Your family, everybody in it.
Man, I'm not too much in I like wild conspiracies, not so much like the ones that are kind of like just normal sounding, like something that happened in politics or government, but it does, like JFK assassination. That's one I hear about all the time. It's like so popular. But just stuff like that, when you listen to things like, when he got shot, they say it was this person, but then they say, oh, it could have been the CIA, it could have been this or that. And then like they had evidence, and like the evidence secretly disappeared. And because kind of like, I guess if you're that high and you want to hide something, you can hide whatever you want if you have the power.
Saying really, you think about it, everybody that kind of had something to do with it, they all did.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on with the coincidence, bro. Like, everybody fucking died.
Everybody's dead. Every last one of them
getting arrested. I need people's houses getting raided, but you can't get people arrested because the people that do the arresting is the ones doing the fucking crime.
Dude.
Who you gonna call? Ghost fucking Busters?
That's it.
Dude, I swear you said that. I was thinking, who are you gonna call?
Mm-hmm.
Ghostbusters. They the only ones don't care. Ghostbusters, the only ones don't care about all that shit.
Dude.
They came. They had an idea. The shit was terrible. They got in their own lives, and they was old fucking men. They didn't care no more. So they don't care about no propaganda. They don't care about no politics. The Ghostbusters would have arrested whoever was wrong.
Thank you, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's just crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Them damn conspiracy people. But it's interesting to listen to it. But some of that shit, you be like, no way, way.
We're Troy and I were talking the other day about going into the abyss, and I feel like conspiracy theories is something. If you go to into the abyss too far with conspiracy theories, you might go crazy, and you might not be able to get back. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But you know who's crazy? If you go too far in the abyss, they're clear. You're crazy. So we're looking at them like they're crazy, but they're just clear on a whole nother path. Like we look at it like you're foolish.
Yeah.
But the guy that with a 10 fall on his head, he might be foolish to us, but to him, he feels like you're stupid. So what can we really say? Who's really right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's, as long as you're cool with yourself, man. But I feel like people will mentally drive themselves to a point where they may have to be in like a psych ward or something with that kind of stuff. That's what I'm just saying. Like some people can't handle it. Like they will, some will mentally change them and they'll go into like a depression or anxiety or like lose a self of identity when you start going into that stuff so far. But I think genius and beautiful things come out of going into the abyss and being there. I like going out there, but I like coming back too.
Yeah, but see, that's tough.
If you stay there,
you don't want to get stuck.
No, you can't get stuck. You can't.
But you don't know when you will, though, because like we talked about the guy that was in the firing squad.
Yeah.
It's difficult to take his advice for motivation in your life because you might fuck around and get out there and try to get into the abyss. You might hear about it. Your homeboy's like, man, you just get out there and get in the abyss, come on back. But you might fuck around and don't have the support system. You might not have no old lady at home to shake you back out of it because you can get so deep. You need somebody to say, hey, you're doing too much. Come on back. And you get stuck. And that abyss will have you fucking stuck. And it's like, I think genius come out of it. But look at a lot of people that died. We were talking the other day about artists that died. They did something genius and they fucking killed themselves.
Dude, it's wild, man. Because a lot of people I like a lot, and it's like I'm not romanticizing the death of it because a lot of people can't stand people do that. They're like, oh, you only like them because it seems like somebody dies. That's when people sort of really start to like them or something. It's kind of like, no, I really love their work, and like whether it was like poets or musicians, it's like I feel like they created something that was just so amazing. But like I said, they died young. A lot of my favorite people died young, man. People
treat dead people different. People treat dead people with respect because they cannot fuck up again. People love dead people.
Yeah, that's right. It's so wild too, man. It's kind of like whenever somebody dies, that's when you hear everybody come out of nowhere and be like, talk about how much they loved them and miss them and appreciate them. This could be people that didn't have nothing to do with them or didn't even respect them while they're here.
Damn, you won't make it to nothing a person got going on while they're alive. But when they die, you're going to make sure you take off. You're going to get a fresh suit and you're going to fly on a plane, a high-ass plane ticket and go to their funeral.
Yeah. And ain't gonna act like you been fucking with them the whole time.
I mean, hell.
And you probably ain't talked to them in 2-3 years.
Because you missed everything. You can't never take off. You can't get no plane ticket. But when you die, a motherfucker would take all the stops to come to the funeral.
Yeah.
Who is it for?
Yeah, that's right. Who's it for? Some people do it for their own attention.
I'm talking shit. But you know what? I hate to admit it, but I'm that guy. Like, not that I don't make it because I make it to stuff. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be somewhere. But I'm not the reach out friend. I'm not the friend that's like, we going to be, all the time. Hey, just wanted to check on you today. Just wanted to make sure you just got to bed this morning. Like, no, we're not doing that shit. But if your funeral come around, I'm there, bro. I'm coming to the funeral. I'm showing up. I might sit in the back with my shades on and get out of there as soon as the shit get done. But I'm there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Goddamn funeral.
Man, I can tell you for real.
I was dead serious.
Man, you got them shoulders loose.
Yeah. So I'm serious too. So man, what else we got going on right now? What anybody had a random thought? Like what have you seen that just was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anybody? I like that segment called "What the Fuck."
There's a lot of those. Everybody says it at least once a day or thinks it. But you know what? I feel like I'm at a point where nothing surprises me. So I feel like
nothing surprises me no more.
Dude, I see so much stuff. It's kind of like I can be in any situation and I can see something really crazy, but I'd probably just be like, and start going back to doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the other day at work, Troy, I was thinking like I saw something that people probably freak out about. I saw this guy walking around with a pipe, about to hit somebody in the head with it, and he was like beating him with it. And I looked in the rearview mirror of the truck, and I was like, Went back to the mail. But you know, some people probably be like, I gotta get out of here. What's going on?
Let me call somebody.
Yeah. And it's like just another day, man.
Somebody help.
It's just another day.
And you know what? When you say it don't matter, that lets you free your mind. You know what side of town you on. You already know how shit go down over there. You ain't gotta get out.
You ain't gotta get out.
That shit gonna work itself out.
Yeah, they'll finish it.
That shit gonna work itself out.
Dude, you can't let that stuff worry you. Like, because the more you hold on to them little things and let it affect you, that's just extra weight you holding on your chest that you don't need.
Yeah, because on that side of town, they really friends. And if you get between that shit, they going to get pissed off at you.
Yeah, they will get mad at you.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, you stay out of it, man. Yeah, you just stay out of it.
They get up, they get drunk early, and they talk shit early in the morning. And by the time it's noon, it's too hot to be fighting. That's when they want to start fighting.
Yeah. Hey, it's summertime.
I done seen it growing up here.
Here we go. Summertime. Here we go.
Yeah. That heat bring out the craziness of people. When it's winter, that winter calm people down. But that heat bring the crazy out people.
It do.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I don't handle the heat well at all. I feel like I can't breathe out in that Louisiana humidity, man.
That's crazy. I mean, hell, you from Ravenville here. It ain't like you don't know about it.
Yeah, seems like you ought to be used to it.
Used to it by now. And that's another thing. We always talk about adaptation and evolution. Why the fuck is DJ not used to the heat by now?
Yeah.
Dude, but you know what?
He ain't went nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at past temperatures in the years, there's a lot of older people that are in their 40s and 50s that are like, it really used to not be this hot. Like, I feel it seems like each year, the weather changes. Winter, it used to be cold in October to me when I was younger. Now it may not get cold in December.
Everything was like clockwork.
Yeah, now things are not the same. Seasons are not how they used to be, and temperatures are higher and lower. And
give me a time frame when you were talking about things were like consistent, because I remember the days when you knew when it's gonna get cold and all that stuff. Give me a time frame and a year frame.
Man, so I would think what I'm thinking about maybe is probably when I was in junior high. I'm thinking probably around 2005, between 2005, 2009, somewhere up in there.
I'm gonna take you back to like around my high school, 98, when I graduated.
Boy,
from then to now, he said he was 3 years old. From then to now, we're talking about what is that? 20 some odd years? It's more than that. No, it's more than that. Around 20, 25, 26 years, whatever. So think about how much how many natural resources and how many more fucking houses and apartment complexes and trees have been cut down. Man, we fucking the earth up. We are taking shit from this motherfucker. We're not replenishing it. We just keep building shit. Less animals, less everything. That's why the season's changing. That's why it's tornadoes in places that there don't be tornadoes in. That's why all this shit happening, because we fucking up on granite countertop and it's gaping holes in the earth. It's like a toothache.
Humans I feel like they would just like destroy the earth. I feel like the earth is it's a living thing. Like, people don't respect it. And that's why, all right, we're talking about like seeing like something crazy instead of the monotony of the day. There's sometimes I like it because I bought some land about 4 or 5 years ago, got a little place on it, and I can walk down to the river, and I feel like I look at the trees, I look at the water, I look at the sky. I really appreciate all them things. It's something real. And I feel like, I respect the land I have. And like, I try to do things that could help maybe something even after I'm gone, just because I know there's so many things that's killing the earth, for sure. I know I probably sound like a whatever you want to call it. Tree. I was about to say tree. I ain't gonna lie though. I might be. I told you I had an idea, man. I'll spit it out right here. I've only told you this, and I'll say it on on the podcast.
Hold on, before you say it though, don't you guys say something like I'm patenting it? Can you say something out loud to not allow it to be stolen? Can you say something?
Guess you could just say the time and date.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel like it's something that I would start. Like if somebody started by hearing me, I wouldn't care because it's not like a
bullshit. Get your profits. Go ahead though. Give it to him anyway.
All right. Here I am, DJ Grissom. It's 9/12, Father's Day, June 16th. Here we go.
2024.
2024. I think the post office should have a certain bin or something that we throw plastic in because there's so much plastic being wasted. I think every day, like magazines are wrapped up in plastic. There's plastic straps around. Everybody has a trash can by the case. You can fill up a trash can a day with plastic. The trash bag is plastic itself. And I'm thinking like, man, like, you know, they say that can be plastic is harmful. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of it right there that could be put separate. That's just an idea I had.
You did say that in the truck, you know, but, you know, I would like for you to present that to the post office to get credit. Fuck all that shit. Like, give me creative inspiration credit, whatever that amount is.
But I think I'm expecting a reaction of kind of like they're not going to care, like for real. Like they're going to be like,
oh, they won't give a shit.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm like, dude, I mean, if I want to like try to really legitimately start something about that, because it's like, dude, they're just going to be like.
But isn't it, okay, if I'm understanding it right, it's just like you putting a recycle bin at the post office.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Recycle bin post office. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what, yeah.
They're going to want to know where the profit is. But you got to tell them it's not about profits. It's about future advertising. Like you can advertise that because you got to put the bin there, which is not really that expensive, but it is because a lot of post office. But you saving the plastic, and I don't know if you're getting something back from saving the plastic because do you have to pay to get it recycled? Would a company sign on to recycle it for free?
Yeah,
for non-profit? Because if you got to get this plastic and pay to get it recycled, all they're gonna think about is dollar signs.
Hey, that's what I say, and you know that they're gonna save every penny, and they ain't gonna care. So, but you know,
they might look you in your eyes and tell you, "Hey, DJ, don't overthink the room, buddy."
Yeah, you're right, dude. That's what I go in there. Yeah, I do my thing. I leave. I don't. You see, we're the first ones to leave every day. Mm-hmm. I ain't waiting around. Man, you're talking about like what you seen anything crazy lately? You're just like, man, I feel like everything's been kind of the same for me for a little bit. I mean, I have like my ideas and I'm interested in things that are deep. But as far as like physically seeing something myself, my socks ain't been knocked off in a while, I guess.
Oh man.
I mean, what the hell?
I ain't mad at that. So what you thinking of, like 4 months, a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years?
I'm trying to even think about what is an example of like what would be something that would be like, wow. That was crazy.
You know, I instantly went to 6. Like I thought, that's what I thought you meant. I'm like, shit, how long has it been?
That's what I thought too.
Dude, I wasn't even, I was thinking about like a UFO or something. How did I start that for it to sound like that?
Socks knocked off in my mind. Maybe in the black community.
Dude,
maybe in the black community means 6.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey man, I'm with Troy. Got me too.
All right.
I went straight to 6.
Boy. So
I was trying to think of a pep talk to give you. I'm trying to come up with something right quick. A quick little sermon.
Let me see what I can tell you, young blood.
Pull something out one of your old coat pockets. Go get one of the old letters out the store.
I know I got something here. I got a few words. Hold on. I got a few words.
Oh, dude.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. That's it. Just hear me out.
This one from 2012. You pop that paper up and pop. All right, hold on. Just bear with me.
Yeah, bear with me.
I won't be before you long.
That show where my head went quick. I said, shit, let me think some encouraging words here. It's just been like that, goddammit. Shit.
Hold on. Let me get
Don't give up.
Let me get my notebook out. Let me write this.
Well, don't give up.
Man.
Hey, ask some qualified questions and see what we come up with.
We'll come up with something. You wanted to get a 15-day plan going?
We're gonna get you right.
Gonna get you right.
Man.
15 days. Well, we guarantee you a date in 15 days.
Hey, y'all can start your own business. doing that, being like, hey, man, you having trouble, man? It's like, come on, dude.
All we got to do is get on social media.
Yeah, man.
We got you.
These cats ain't going to listen to nothing, man.
Oh, they know everything.
Yeah, they already know.
Well, the dating apps, I never been on a dating app in my life. But I'm assuming they so easy, so you don't need nobody else. What do you need to put somebody else in your business for? You can just swipe left, swipe right to meet up. You do whatever happens. They don't even, really, people don't even care about it. They treat each other just like the swipe right and swipe left. They go, what I'm imagining in my mind, you meet, you talk, you fuck or not, and you just move on. I think they just date multiple people.
Yeah.
That's what I think now. I don't know. I ain't been in the world.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's a part of like the world being too fast. Like, there's too many things. You wonder why there's so many people that go through stuff, man, like have like depression, anxiety, or all these things. It's kind of like if you live fast and like you just are constantly filling yourself up with all this like fast-paced things, you don't slow down. It's like I don't think the human mind can take it of how fast things go now. It's like we can't handle it. It's like
you always need something new too. You always need something new every day.
Yeah, and people are always looking for that. And that's what I'm saying. There's so many things you can do, but it can be overwhelming too. But, everybody's different. Some people may not have a problem with it. Somebody's like, dude, I know a buddy of mine, he just deleted Instagram because he said it was stressing him out.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I can see that, man.
I think people should admit that more.
I've logged out of my social media before for a little while just to like stop looking, just like relax, breathe slow, just like look at what's in front of me. And man, it really eased my mind a lot. Like when I went to Portland, man, there's a guy I met and I looked at how he lived his life. And I'm like, that dude looks like he has no worries. But I'll tell you what, he didn't have a cell phone. He didn't. This dude, he basically like, he owned a bookshop. He like would read his books. He'd walk down to a bar, maybe get a beer, listen to the live music, listen to records or radio. And it's weird. I was wanting to get in touch with him when I left. So I was like, man, here's my email address. He was like, oh, I ain't got an email. He said, send me a postcard sometime. And I'm like, dude, this dude lives so simple. But when I think about it, it's kind of like, man, is simple the way to go? If you have peace with it.
Yeah, you got to have peace with it. You can't need nothing. You can't need nothing. You can't need
But you got to also think about that man he talking about. He remembers once upon a time where there wasn't none of this shit. So he can easily go back to that.
Yeah, I don't know how old he was, but he was older than me for sure. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he remember a time when all this shit we got now didn't exist.
But once you get too far in it, it's really hard for you to get out of it.
But you can always go back to something you've done before.
Yeah, that's always there.
That's always there.
That's
so
right.
This technology shit came about. That was probably the shortest span in his life. But that other side of his life, when there wasn't no color TV and there wasn't no house phones and shit, yeah, he lived that way longer.
What?
He probably never indulged in it. He probably resisted it.
Yeah. What? How old were y'all whenever y'all got your first cell phone?
Oh,
I was 20.
Yeah, I was well out of. When I got my first cell phone, I was working. It may have been about 22, 23. I worked at Alltel. I got a cell phone because I worked at Alltel. First time having a cell phone.
I'm glad y'all said that because now y'all can let me know. I don't know if y'all want to say anything about it, but I had a cell phone all through high school. Y'all got to go through high school without it. I bet we had totally different experiences just because of that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
everybody had to talk to somebody to get any kind of information. If you didn't talk to somebody, it was kind of like a system. If you couldn't see somebody by fifth hour, you would give somebody a letter and tell that person to pass that letter. That person, they might have a class with them. They might see them in the hall. It was like that kind of sit down and wrote what I needed to say type shit or say it. Like it was so crazily real. Like it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all like that experience more than how things are now?
I think so, because for me, I'm a little town master, but for me, when the bell rung for recess or for break or whatever you called it in high school or middle school, you were excited to get into that buzz and colony. Like it felt like bees. It was just a monotone of a lot of people talking at one time to each other, switching groups and just sound like a buzz out there. Now, if you go into a group of people, it's silent. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to be the person that's embarrassed.
Dude,
whatever.
You can have a room full of people, man, and everybody be on their phone. And it's like nobody's there.
And for me, I'm gonna agree with Troy. It was better that the way I came up because it taught us how to be social.
Yeah.
You know, we knew how to. You talk to people. You know, it wasn't just looking at something else, but you ain't even got to speak to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so no, because and like I said, when that bell run to go in that hallway, nigga, you had a plan in that hallway. If you trying to holler at the old girl,
you had
a plan. Man, like when this bell ring, I'm finna do this before I gotta get to class.
And I'm telling you, if you ain't have time, you got something wrote down on a little slip of paper, and you will pass it to her. If you're gonna just see it for 2 seconds, you might slip in her locker and let it fall down in there. So much open, I'm not gonna find it. Like all that was crazy.
All that shit.
Was crazy. The nuance of that day was crazy. It was crazy.
That's so cool though, man. Like it brought people together. Like I feel like people genuinely loved being with people then, but like now it's like people are in isolation. Like people that are younger than me, like my generation, some are good, some are bad with social stuff, but definitely people younger than me, like I'd say people in their early 20s or around 20 or whatever right now, like everybody seems like if you talk to them, they're about to explode because they're so panicky. It's like they don't know what to do. And it's kind of like, man, it's just people talking, you know, like conversation.
But see, the problem is some people do have anxiety, but
it's true.
Everything becomes cool. Like anxiety has become the bag, the Louis Vuitton bag. It's like you have to have anxiety to be.
Everybody's got it.
A certain age, like you got it. Like, what do you mean you don't have it? And if you don't have it, like, don't you? And they convince you that you got it. Your peers will make you say that you have it.
Man, people will. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have any outside influence to tell you about all these feelings, like say like we didn't have social media and nobody mentioned anything about anxiety. How many people that say they have it right now probably wouldn't have it if it wasn't a real thing that somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you start putting these things more out there, people are going to attach themselves to that thing. I'm like, oh, I had this. I feel this way. And it's like they work themselves up. It's kind of like, dude, if this wasn't even a thing, maybe it's all in your head. I know it's not the problem. It's something real.
The problem with these days, like, it's groups that you can go to support you. So it's not like two people in your family telling you something or talking to you. When you have 30,000 people in this group that you can chat with, that's who means something these days. You're specific, because you can find a specific group for anything. Anything you feel, and if you want to say you feel this way, there's a group out there that feels exactly like you and going to support you through it, no matter what you say or do.
That's true. Everybody has that now.
But us, I think it was something to be said about getting kicked in the ass too, both physically and mentally. You know, figuratively and whatever I'm trying to say. I think I fucked up. So it's something to said about getting kicked in the ass when you tell somebody something and a coach or an old person say, "Hey, get your ass up." What you saying? I don't want to hear that shit. It's something to be said about that. You can't do that no more. But we got kicked in our ass and sent on down the road a hole. Your head hurt? Well, go lay in the goddamn bed then. Because if you didn't go to school, you're not going outside the door. That's the rule. If you stayed home from school sick, you're going to be sick all day till tomorrow.
It was like short to the point. No bullshit. Here we go. It's like,
don't turn your TV on or nothing. You sick. Go lay down. I will bring you your food. Nigga, that's how I grew up.
And don't question it.
No, a question ain't no. You don't. A question ain't even a question. You don't even think about that. You go lay in a dark room and you be sick because you said you were sick and you lied about it. So you finna go be sick.
Yeah. That's exactly how it went.
That's it.
Yeah, there's not all that anymore. Those ways. I mean, just not even that way. Like a lot of just different ways that how it used to be. Like kind of just that. I don't know if it's tough. Growing because maybe to them that wasn't tough. You know, like our parents, the things they did were like, man, that was tough. But maybe they had something tougher. And they're like, man, I'm being easy on you, I'm being real. But now it's kind of like everybody's like, oh, we're going to respect your feelings. We're going to hear you out. And then like the kids run over them.
Well, every generation got a little more filter. Your parents, my parents, Tim's parents took something from their childhood and was like, I'm not going to do that to my kids. Although they were tough to us, they didn't do something. And then all of our generation, whoever we are, which our generation, it's not your generation, because we're probably like might be your parents' age almost close to it. So, but then we were like, all the people in our generation raised their kids different. Like we went to all this separate shit. Like everybody's kid is so separate, got this thing they can't do. Because back in the days, you just got kids in a group. If the grown-ups were together, they just pushed all the kids in the room and say, y'all play. Y'all go play. That was the two words you heard, go play. And when you heard that, when you heard those words, you just left and you went played.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
No matter your age difference, you just went play.
Yeah.
I am glad I did get to experience a little bit of that. When I grew up, I feel like we were like more of like, let me see. I got my first iPhone when I was a freshman in high school. So like all my life until then, it was pretty much, being outside, just doing like real things that were, now it's kind of like, oh, that's like, what are you doing? It's kind of like, well, you made fun. Like you can make fun out of anything. You can go outside and have a field day with your imagination, like you and a buddy doing something. I did get to experience that, but a lot of people are like in that phone from the get-go now, and they don't get to experience none of them like real, like I guess in your face, just hands-on experiences or
and it's over with for the future. Like it's never gonna go backwards. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Grown people keep talking about these kids and they phone, but it's really not just kids. It's everybody. Yeah. That shit is sweeping. It has swept the nation, the world. It's over. Like people don't even know nothing. Like grown people having these same anxiety, mental symptoms that the kids have. They all have it. Everybody just can't. They just get fidgety around people.
Yeah.
You say hello. You say hello. You say hello to somebody in the wrong capacity. It can be bad for you. Just saying hello. Like I just spoke. Like whoa, what are we doing? What is this?
And I feel like it really got worse after all the COVID stuff, but nothing changed for me because the post office, nothing changed. We all still went to work every day, but a lot of people I know were at home every day for a long time. And I bet that does do something to you. When you go back in the world, like, it's like, you don't know what to do. Like things just feel different. You feel different, but nothing changed for me personally. What happened with y'all with that? How'd y'all feel about all that?
Man, I love being at home, man. That shit was the best shit. And just to be at the house and man, but see, I don't mind being alone. Being alone is cool. Just to sit here and just watch TV and do my thing, and ain't nobody fucking with me, ain't nobody doing nothing. I'm doing my own thing. That is the best day. So if you gonna allow me to just do this shit for I don't know how many weeks and shit, man, hell yeah, that shit was cool. I had no problem adjusting.
Being alone or Disneyland, I would take being alone. Like if you asked me, if I didn't know that question was coming, right? We were just doing something. You was like, Troy, Disneyland, being alone. I was like, being alone. Yeah. The answer would have came out just as soon as you stopped asking me. I'd be like, being alone.
Being alone. Yeah, just being alone. That is exactly. I would that if you just hit me with it, they say, it's gonna happen right now. Disneyland, being alone. Now, being alone. Shit. That's it.
It's because almost every time I'm alone, I usually explore all of my emotions. I usually start listening to music and watching TV because I do both at the same time. And I go through different phases of music. Depending on how much time I got to be alone, I'm probably going to cry a little bit. It depends on where I go. And I'm going to probably get a little crunk. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna do everything by myself, because it's just nothing here to interrupt it. And when it starts, it can just finish, and I don't have to answer anything. I'm just there, and it happened. I don't prevent it.
Yeah, man, it's something about being alone. Well, hey, I don't know if you're an only child, Tim, but I think that something comes from that.
No, I'm not an only child. I was for like the first 8 or 9 years of my life. I was.
Yeah, some people, they got to be around people. They're not content just being alone. Mm-hmm. Like they'll freak out in their own company, their own mind.
I think that's wild. I think that's crazy. If you can't be by yourself, you got a huge problem.
People that can't go eat by themselves, they got to have somebody to eat with them. I don't understand that.
Dude, there's some people I know that I got friends that do this, friends that don't. So like say I got a friend that will go to a restaurant, eat by themselves, or go to a movie by themselves. And like I got some friends that look at that and be like, dude, how? Like I don't know how they're doing that. Why are you doing like the question, why are they doing it and how they're doing it? I'm thinking like I may not necessarily like go see a movie by myself in the theaters, but I would and be fine. Like I get it. Like why is that weird? Why you got
I'm not a movie theater person, period. But if I did go somewhere by myself, like me and Tim always talk about, if I'm by myself, I'm at my best. Like if I'm by myself and the shooting starts happening, I'm not going down, period. Because I don't have nobody to protect. I'm on my own with.
You already looked at every exit in the place.
Oh, I'm already ready. I looked at the sketchy people who might have a gun in the mall, all of it. But when you got people with you, it's different factors. If somebody want to go get some candy over here, then somebody want to go get some jeans in this store. So now people split up in the separate parts of the mall, and it's crazy. Yeah.
Somebody reaching for that box of Milk Duds under the seat.
Yeah.
Boom, gone.
Yeah. All that.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's cool when you can be cool being by yourself. Yeah. But like I said, I just see a lot of people that I don't know they can. I feel like you gotta figure out the reason why. Find peace for yourself. That's I said peace a lot this whole podcast, but I feel like that's ultimately what I try to get to the most peace I can to every day. And I feel like I am at peace, but I feel like I just want to stay there. You know, I don't want anything to interrupt it. And
you better stay by yourself then.
Yeah, boy. You said a mouthful there, boy.
Don't have no kids, just stay by yourself.
Yeah, you stay by yourself. Yeah, because you gonna lose a whole lot of that shit when everything else get involved. A woman and some kids. Oh boy, no. Yeah, it's gonna go from peace to the stormy seas. So you just got to be ready.
Seas.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna
you'll
go to.
You'll never be alone again.
I'm writing that down.
You never be alone again, ever. So yeah, enjoy it. Like I say, I know people always try to sell people that damn dream. You know, oh, your life ain't fulfilled till you get a family. I say, shit, it ain't fulfilled. It's half full when you get a family. That's what it is. Yeah, because you ain't living for yourself. You got to live for everybody else.
Well, and when you bring that up to people that are telling you, maybe pushing you to do that or something, I feel like when you start saying like, man, I got to do this, got to do that, the first thing they always say is you're being selfish.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, are they the ones being selfish for trying to get you to do?
And why is selfish a bad word? I understand what selfish is perceived as. I get that. But if you purposely be selfish from the beginning and not involve anybody else in your selfishness, I think you're okay. And this is my opinion. Like, you purposely say, I'm not having kids, I'm not going to get a wife, I want to be alone so I can experience the feelings I want to experience. I think that's a good self. Two things can exist at once.
I don't see anything wrong with that. It's kind of like, if that's what you want to do, it's like, you can't let anybody make you feel bad about that. It's kind of like
a woman can't get her too tied if she don't have a baby. Like, they won't even do it. The doctors won't do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But man, hey, I'm gonna tell you, we're talking about being selfish. A quote that it was fucking hilarious to me, and I kind of believe it. That damn T-shirt said, "Selfish people live longer." I said, boy, they about right, because they ain't got to worry about shit else. That's it. Ain't got to worry about nothing else but themselves.
And selfish people tend to go into a place and say what they want to do. And it's just, they be the people we call quote unquote rude. You know, they come in with agendas and they uphold it no matter what.
they got the agenda. That's what's gonna happen.
That's when you see women getting in big men's face, like, you know, like, come on, lady, like, please. Yeah.
That's selfish.
Oh boy, okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, look, man, we're gonna go ahead and plug the upcoming event, DJ. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. This is awesome. This is like I've been looking forward to this shit since we talked about it, and I'm so glad we did this. I'm glad we got on and got this shit recorded. Because see, DJ, for everybody who don't know, is a podcast virgin, but he's a podcast virgin not by way of effort, because he's tried multiple times to be on podcasts, but he has a string of luck where the podcast seemingly never gets recorded. So we're gonna make sure he airs on a fucking podcast on the WormHole with Tim McCoy.
Man, thank you. Thank you for asking me to come on, dude. For real. Like, I was looking forward to it too, and you talked about it. So you're like, do I do a podcast? I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, WormHole, Tim and Troy. I'm like, come on. And we made it happen, dude. I appreciate it. Let me see what we got coming up. Playing at a place called Hooks Marina, June 29th. It's on Caney Lake.
Caney Lake. That's around Jonesboro area, huh?
Dude, I'm horrible with directions. Yeah. I can't even tell you right now, and I've played there multiple times. It's a shame. I got all the stuff on the website, GymMonsters.com. I got the whole calendar for the whole year, but just stuff coming up. July 4th, I'm playing in Natchez, Mississippi, at a place called Smoot's Grocery. July 5th, El Paso Mexican Restaurant on 165 in Monroe.
Right here in the row. When is that one?
July 5th.
July 5th at El Paso. Okay,
that's the day for my birthday.
Yeah.
But like I said, we got stuff for the whole year. We got stuff in Mississippi and Alabama towards September and October. And next summer, I want to do a tour, like a month-long tour, and go up to the Northwest and come back down. And so,
when you going to be in Enox again?
August 16th. That's the day I really want to plug. August 16th. Starts at 9 o'clock. It's going to be the album release party. Gin Mobster's album coming out. We're going to have vinyl records and CDs, and we're going to release the album on streaming platforms. and really excited about that. It's gonna be.
If you come out, get some merch. When I came out, me and the wife came out. We bought multiple merch items. So get some damn merch, man.
Dude, thank you. We try to fill up our table. We bought the last lighter. Gotta get some more lighters, shirts, stickers. Me and my dad making our own beard oil. Got koozies, all kinds of stuff. All the CDs. Trying to fill it up, man.
Hey, man, I got a question.
What's up?
Are you signed to a label or are you independent?
Oh, right now I'm just independent. We do it all on our own.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool to sign with something that feels the right thing. Like I wouldn't want to sign my life away.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
There's definitely things I think would be cool. But like those big labels, I mean, they'll probably change you. And I like doing what I'm doing right now because it's real. I'm not going to sign up to do something if they're going to be like, all right, this is you, now this is the new you. No, I'm going to be me.
Well, it's not even about the new you. What they do is if they like you how you are, they're going to pay you to freeze frame yourself. If you go through something in 5-10 years and you want to shave your beard off and cut your hair, they're going to be like, no, we didn't pay for that shit. Like we need you to. So it can work both ways. Like if they buy you like this, they feel like they bought you like this.
Yeah, that's true, man. I'm looking for any opportunity, man. One thing I wish I could be more educated on is the songwriting. I've wrote a lot of songs, and people sell songs all the time. People buy songs. I'm like, I don't really know how to get in that situation where some of my songs can be approached to somebody in the right hands. But that's something I think would be cool to try to get a hand in. But like I said, I only know the steps. Like we're trying to grow as a band, and I'm trying to grow musically, whether it's solo or band or just the whole experience. And it's like I'm just looking for the next steps to get to further it. You know? Yeah. I'm always trying to do stuff.
Yeah, that's big ups on all of that. Tim, you got something before we get out of here?
No, brother, I'm clear.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's DJ Grissom, everybody. Yeah, special guest tonight. So other than that, though, man, we're going to get on out of here, and I'm going to go get in this motherfucking bed and get ready for tomorrow.
Hey, you ain't lying. It's good to meet you, Tim.
All right, man, good to meet you, brother, man. Take it easy now.
Yeah.
All
right.
Later.
That concludes this episode of the WormHole. Join us next time to see what shit goes in the hole and comes out the other side gold.